So you might ask yourself, how did I end up in this scenario, arming myself upside down like this? Well, I was busy practicing, or not practicing, testing out some of my newly installed safety uh, settings. For example, my GPS, my return to home function, my land function, and all of those type of fun stuff. And well, right before this, I actually um, well attempted to test the land function, and guess what? I flipped the wrong switch, entered return to home. Return to home obviously throttled up, attempting to go up, 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 up to return to home, which was a little bit closer than I'd be comfortable with. So I tried to quickly get out of that mode. Quickly getting out of that mode, flipping the wrong switch until I obviously disarmed it. So now I'm plummeting out of the sky, arming it, and hence this is where I'm at. Plummeting towards my house on the farm, attempting my best to actually catch myself. Obviously, as you can see, completely missing the mark here, overcorrecting, actually adding more momentum probably when I go down, and well, kabam, hit my right back thing. There you can see my GPS and buzzer dangling up off on the side. And then next time I hit, you can see the rest, the camera actually pointing towards the front left duct around the propeller. And there you go. And now you'll see the battery appear as well. And then obviously there on the steps you can see me trying my best and hoping that the quad doesn't actually fall on me. And then obviously finally as I hit the tiles next to me, the battery pops off and we lose video. So that's how I ended up in this situation. And look, not my finest work. Definitely not my finest work. And you know what? Here you can see it in full speed as well, just to see how quickly it actually happened. Yep, not my finest hour. Regardless, I found a weak spot in your frame, and I fixed it. So there you can see I added that little bit of a bracing onto it, stuck it together with some super glue, and yeah, flies like a dream. Obviously a little bit on the heavier side, and obviously I've got some extra goodies on there. I'll design something better for that. But yeah, the weak spot in your frame, you'll see the photo. I'd appreciate if you put a little bit, one or two less holes into the specific frame to avoid that weak spot. Thank you very much. Anyway, having tons of fun with this. I'm not mad. I'm having plenty of fun. I just wish that weak spot wasn't there because it did spoil my weekend. Well, not weekend, my vacation for a little bit. Obviously, the frame itself wasn't the only thing that took a little bit of damage during that crash. The camera little rubber grommets, yeah, they were missing, so I had to replace those. Um, I'm not too fussed about the GPS there. That's still working and connected, so that's fine. The other thing that took quite a bit of a knock was the ducts around the propellers because it took that hard knock on the back right. It did crack in the center portion of the frame itself. Didn't show that specifically on screen here now, but yeah, I had to stick that back together with glue, and then obviously the VTX housing that connects the DJI to the bottom of the drone. Yeah, that broke completely. As you can see, there's a little bit of the connection still stuck to the drone there, which I haven't taken off yet. And then, yeah, there on the table, there's also pieces of it. So I had to replace that. And then obviously the mounting of the motor that twisted or bent the frame, that caused the propeller to actually slice off its own cables. Um, so yeah, I tried soldering that back on. It did not work. The ESC could still not communicate properly with the motor, so I had to replace one of those as well. Thankfully, I had a bunch of spares with me, and yeah, my dad and I could spend a bit of time together sorting through the problems, repairing it all, replacing parts, checking if stuff works, and then obviously the joy of getting it back up in the air. Okay, so this bit of a crash exercise was obviously a little bit unfortunate. Um, Look, this is by no part the drone's fault. The drone did its job exactly because it listened to my exact inputs as it should have. The lessons that I can learn from this, though, is, well, don't practice your safety stuff near or close to objects, structures, buildings, and trees and stuff. Clear open field. There's a field literally in front of this house, okay, where I've got plenty space. Anyway, no, I wanted to test it there. Anyway, so that's a wrong move from my part. Secondly, don't have your commands mixed up. Like I mixed up return to home and failsafe, because failsafe had to go land it. I activated return to home. It's not the same thing. It's two different stuff. I was wrong there. So hey, I'm a dumbass. Anyway. Next, don't have your switches that activate those type of things close to your disarm. Make sure you have the correct switch in your fingers when you're trying to test those things. And another thing that probably could have saved me is have angle mode or horizon mode on a button that you can easily press, that you've got your finger on constantly. So if you notice, oh no, I'm in trouble, I'm going to fall, I'm going to crash, just press the button. Don't know if you can see it, just press the button and voila, it enters angle horizon mode, and then you can just throttle up to catch yourself and get out of trouble. It'll obviously stabilize itself, so that's it almost catches itself, right? So that's the beauty of these flight controllers. Anyway, lessons were learned. We fixed the problem and flew again that trip. So that's good. Good news all around. But yeah, honestly, a little bit of a downer that those holes, talking about those holes right there, is so close to each other, making the frame really weak where the motor is attached. It would have been nice if they were a little bit more beefy or slightly less holes, so that you don't have to do that to fix the mistake, or not mistake, fix the broken prop. Anyway, it works. Slightly heavier now. That's okay. But yeah, I should probably be getting a replacement frame. Please, Flywoo. Please. Thank you very much, guys. On to the next.